Oh, welcome. This is your boy, the host with the most, but humble. And I do mean humble. D Nostradamus, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Thursday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at WrestleCram. Of course, this is episode 40 of the podcast. If you watch it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week. I truly do thank you from my heart to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly wouldn't be me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for allowing me to provide this awesomeness for you. Let's get it on. Today is the last day to get your questions in for Axe WrestleCram. Don't forget to go get your questions in at Axe WrestleCram, okay? Also, don't forget I'm on so many other different websites. Go to the information tab there. Check out where I'm at. Spoilers. I'm on TikTok. I'm on X or Twitter, and I'm on Facebook as well. I have my own Facebook group page. So go check those out as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe as well, you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing your boy to do this. Thank you. I want to say that just one more time because I'm humble. I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. I truly mean that I'm humble. I'm humble each and every single time. So let's get into it. Today we're going to talk about Jey Uso. Never really was planning on winning that title at at SummerSlam. Of course, that wasn't going to happen. Of course, we're going to talk about WWE NXT, and we're going to talk about AEW Dynamite. We got some new matches that was signed up for Dynamite as well. And also, remember, today is the day where we do our pros and cons of the top those two shows. So once again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and subscribe. Jey Uso. Let's talk about Jey Uso, and this is from Cultaholic.com. Don't forget to go check out Cultaholic.com. They have a great website. Love their website. Love their group page over there on Facebook as well. And also, I truly do enjoy their YouTube channel. Go subscribe to Cultaholic.com. Jey Uso was the main event of a major WWE show once again at SummerSlam as he challenged Roman Reigns for the undisputed Universal Championship in a tribal comeback match. Only 1 month after pinning the WWE champion at Money in the Bank. While WWE were willing to put Jey over at Money in the Bank, the company reportedly never discussed putting the undisputed Universal Championship on Jey Uso at SummerSlam, according to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. This is Dave Meltzer talking verbatim. I never even heard anyone discuss that as a possibility. I mean, obviously, they have already got whatever it is they have got planned going for Roman as champion for months down the line. So Jey wasn't going to win. I got to think Cody is eventually winning. It's just a question of keeping him hot enough. Brock did a great job with Cody, Meltzer said. Jey Uso ultimately lost to Roman Reigns at SummerSlam after Jimmy Uso turned on his brother. The match and closing angle have so far been criticized, but WWE will look to address what happened during the main event and in the All Hail the Chief segment on Friday Night SmackDown. So, let's talk about it. I'll say this, and I'll say this over and over again. I've already done my 2 cents on it, where I truly have nothing against the situation with Jimmy and Jey. I just don't see nothing about it. Now, I think truly, Roman was not going to lose that match. I mean, I knew that. You knew that. I mean, I think the entire wrestling world knew that he was not going to lose. Not at SummerSlam, Not at SummerSlam. Now, the way it's looking, he may not even lose again at the WrestleMania. That's the way it's looking as of right now. I don't see him even getting close to a situation where Roman is going to just drop that title. The way it's looking, and we keep hearing this from not only management but also everywhere else, including Paul Heyman, is that this is like only the third ending of the bloodline storyline. And it's so much story to actually put in here. And I was just listening. I was just listening to a lot of Going in Raw as well with Steven Larson. Go and subscribe to Steven Larson as well. Great podcast over there. And I do like what they were talking about as well when it comes to the point where, you have other members of the Fatu family, not only in New Japan, but you have them also all over MLW as well. I think you have some over there in AEW as well. But you have a lot of members that you can bring over, park the money truck over to them and let that happen. I just don't see the situation just going away with just Roman and the Usos. We could keep this bad boy going for years and years to go. And once again, it does look like that they are probably, they may be trying to have him be the longest reigning champion in history. Bruno Sammartino is a long ways away, but he is nipping at Hulk Hogan doorstep as well by surpassing him. I think he's like 1,300 days. I may be wrong, but I think it's like 13 and some change away from him breaking the Hogan, and then after that it would be Bruno. After that, I can see it. I can truly see it. The beautiful thing about Roman is that Roman is on a super part-time work job. I would kill for that the part-time that he works. So, it is what it is. I can see it happening. I think it would be a great thing that you have a modern wrestler actually beating the Bruno title run. It'll be a great thing. So we'll see what happens with that. I want to see more with the Jay and Jimmy situation as well. I've been reading as well that they're gonna try to push this match all the way to WrestleMania, which is like 6 or 7 months away. I'm like, dude, are you serious? Y'all gonna hold this match for that long? I don't think that should happen. I truly think it should be a one and done with Payback, and have that happen with that. But I digress. We will see what happens on Friday with the Hail to the Chief segment on Friday Night SmackDown. But on from that, let's get to NXT. NXT was a very fun show. I really enjoyed the beginning of this show, but in this show you did have some really weird downers, and it was just like we're putting stuff on. I said it was a good show. It was a good show. It wasn't a bad show. It was just parts of the show that was like, it was just a complete downer. And we'll get into it. First and foremost, we get Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio just talking about Dragon Lee and just saying that, they're going to win. And, they talked about Rey Mysterio with that situation as well. In comes Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee just being cordial. Of course, Dragon Lee respects the hell out of Rey Mysterio, says he is the top luchador of all of wrestling, and he is very honored that he is by his corner. After that, we get the Axiom versus Mustafa Ali situation. It looks like Mustafa is getting to the point where he is turning kind of heel. He's having a lot of heelish tactics as of right now. So they do have a match. This was not a number one contendership match. It was just a match because last week Mystical was trying to challenge for that title. They declined, and Axiom wanted to. No, Axiom was talking to them first, and then Mystical came in to try to challenge. Like, dude, I'm not in the mood. So that developed into this match right here. Out came Reggie or Scripps. I don't know. I don't really care with that. And then out came Nima and Price. They came out on the side of Reggie, which was kind of made me intrigued a little bit. I liked that situation. But toward the end, we did get a crazy moonsault from the outside by Axiom. And he was trying to do another high flying maneuver. I sound like Vince McMahon. But we don't know what that maneuver was going to be because Mustafa threw him outside of the ring. Well, he first started adjusting Axiom's mask, and then he threw him on the outside, giving him the opportunity to throw him back in for a beautiful 450 frog splash for Mustafa Ali to win. After the match, he does go into the camera and says that he is going to challenge for the NXT North American title again. After that, we get these vignettes, which I just eye roll to the upper extent. Just Schism looking for the Creed brothers, which they're not supposed to be there, and they are beating up people. And well, first they're asking, "Have you seen the Creed brothers?" And if they say no, they get attacked. On from that, we get is it Kalami Jordan facing Blair Davenport, which is a number one contender for the NXT UK title. She's a main eventer, and she's facing Miss Jordan, who I think can be an up and comer. But once again, I mean, it was really weird that she, facing somebody in that stature. Not a lot to go by on this match. Kalami Jordan did lose with a knee to the face, and that set Dana Brooke off. I'm guessing we may be getting a heel turn from Dana Brooke, but I really don't care because Dana isn't that type of person to be a heel. So she gets in the ring with a belt trying to attack Blair Davenport, who is a heel. It didn't make any sense to me with this situation. So Jordan tries to snap Dana Brooke out of this heel turn. She turns around and almost bops her with the belt, but that didn't happen. After that, we get a backstage interview with Von Wagner, and Mr. Stone is just saying that the effects of what happened didn't really hurt him. He said, dude, they cut, but they don't cut deep anymore. But he said that he is going to put Broadbreaker through a table. After that, we get the Noam Dar versus Tyler Bate Heritage Cup match. To me, one of the best matches of the night. I love these Heritage Cup matches. Round one, nobody got a pin. Round two, Tyler gets the Tyler Driver 1988 off for him to win the first round. Round three, we get a 0 pins. Round four, we get Tyler. He taps out of a knee bar. And Noam Dar keeps it on. He kind of torques it for a while before he almost gets counted out. Number five, we get a crazy situation where they are trying to set up Tyler to lose. That didn't happen. We get a roll-up by Noam Dar, which turns around for Tyler Bate to roll him up to win the fake Heritage Cup title. hilarious. I love Noam Dar. I love Metaphor, that new group that they have. After that, we get Tank and Hank. They are just talking about their new name for their tag team. He said Smash Mouth. Unfortunately, they can't use that because that is a band. So in comes Schism. They asked them that they seen the Creed brothers. They said no, and they get attacked. After that, we get a backstage interview with Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov is truly upset, of course, still with Trick Williams, and he's saying that he is going to give Trick Williams tons and tons of pain. After that, we get a Dijak. Dijak says that he is the only person. He has one more person to go through, and then he will challenge Carmelo for that title. In comes Wesley to say, I don't want to hear all that. I'm done with you, Dijak. So Dijak says, dude, I have issues with you as well, but you no longer have a title. You no longer need to be facing anybody for a title. There is no conversation with you in this situation. So they get. He truly gets upset. He said, "Do you really want the smoke? Not the smoke with the Street Profits, but he was like, do you really want it? You really want it?" So Dijak walks away, but he does attack Wesley again from his blind side, and then he leaves. That does set up for a number one contendership match between Wesley and Dijak. Whoever wins that will face Carmelo Hayes at Heatwave. Heatwave. After that, we get a in-ring promo from Ilya Dragunov. And of course, he calls out Trick Williams. He tells me like, "Yo, I am going through a lot right now. I mean, out comes Trick, and Ilya's like, dude, I could have won. I honestly could have won this match." And I'm putting all of, and it's a passionate promo. I really liked it. Ilya Dragunov saying this. He was saying that I am truly getting tired of me trying to be the champion, and I'm getting sidelined, or I'm getting these interruptions by random people when I'm getting really close to winning. I've defeated all of these people over and over again. It is time for me to get what I truly deserve. But Trick does is right. He's like, dude, I didn't prevent you from losing. You ran into me, and you ran into the title head first, which gave you the opportunity to lose because you did that. You did that. I didn't do that. But Trick does say that I have to be my own person. I'm tired of being the potential side man or the second fiddle to somebody. And he says, dude, I have to face you. I would love to face you. And Ilya was like, do you really want to do that? Do you really honestly want to do that with all of the anger I have with me starting and stopping, being so close to being the NXT champion? Are you really want to do that? Trick's like, yeah, I really do. I really want to test my limits. So they do. They are okay with having a match at Heatwave. After that, we get a Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey match. Well, not a match. We get the a backstage interview. They were supposed to face Hank and Tank, but unfortunately, that did not happen due to the fact that Schism attacked them, and they now don't have a match. In comes Damian Kim saying, "I would love to try to face you." Like, dude, you have no tag team partner. So in comes Briggs and Jensen. They come in to challenge those two for a match. We'll get that match later on tonight. After that, we get an interview, a backstage interview with Braun Breaker. He just saying that, dude, I am not going to lose to this guy. I'm not going through a table. This is just hilarious. So we will get that match later on. That would be later on. After that, we get Rey Mysterio. He runs to Roxanne Perez, just giving love to Roxanne Perez after her match at I forgot the pay-per-view. Senior moment, probably. So after that, Rey Mysterio runs into Thea Hale, and he tells her, dude, I used to be a underdog as well, and I still am an underdog. So he said, you are underdog too. I see so much potential in you. Just be patient. I promise you, you will be a champion later on in your life. You will get that. And then after that, we get Andre Chase. He said, dude, you just talked to Rey Mysterio. She says, well, yeah, I did, but unfortunately, I know he wouldn't have thrown in the towel like you did, and she walks away. After that, we get Braun Breaker versus Von Wagner. Not a lot to really go home to by this match. Braun got a lot of offense in, tons of offense in, and we almost got a situation where Braun got put into a table, but that did not happen. He gets thrown back in the ring. We get a beautiful spear by Braun Breaker for Braun Breaker to win. After that, we get Mr. Stone. Mr. Stone almost gets attacked by Braun Breaker. Von Wagner sees this situation, throws him to the outside, and we get a beautiful powerbomb by Von Wagner onto the commentator's desk. Candy everywhere. Tons and tons of candy everywhere. And that was the end of that situation. So hopefully that angle continues. I can't wait to see more of Braun Breaker being a heel and Von Wagner being praised and loved. So after that, we get a video package with Eddie Thorpe. He still has issues with Dijak. So he will. So it looks like we may get Wesley because Eddie Thorpe may come in to stop that match between or interrupt that match between Wesley and Dijak. But he still has vengeance on his mind, and his eyes are on Dijak. He wants Dijak 120%. I love Dijak. How about that? Dijak is freaking awesome. I love the repackaging of Dijak. After that, we get a backstage video package with Rhea Ripley and Dominic Mysterio. Lila Valkyria comes in, just letting her know, like, yo, you have not been pulling up your end of the bargain. I did beat JC Jane. JC. Yeah, she did beat JC Jane. She's like, yeah, I'm getting to the point where, I really want to get to that main event scene again. But she does let Rhea let her know, like, yo, Dominic has not ever won a match without you by his side. When will this change? And then she goes away. After that, we get a video package of the new NXT champions, the family, on a photo shoot. In comes Schism. They're like, do you know where the Creed brothers are? Then they was kind of getting to a point where they think they know where they are, but they don't know where they are. So Schism, so the Dyad comes in and like, dude, other than that, dude, we have a lot to discuss because we do want those titles as well. But they do have those crowbars in their hands. They're like, dude, y'all need to move around because I'm about to knock all of y'all out with these crowbars. So Joe Gates said, dude, keep your eyes on the mission. The mission is, of course, to take out the Creed brothers. So they do back down from that. After that, we get Briggs and Jensen versus Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak. Pretty okay match. Not the best because we do get Damian Kemp coming in to, of course, distract everybody, giving Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey the W there. After that, of course, now I'm thinking that they are now a group now. That's what it looks like. But it was funny because they did have another student there, and he's like, dude, I need some water. He's like, what? Just go get some water. What are you talking about? Like, it's not making any sense. But I was like, yeah, because that didn't make any sense to me. Like, what was the point of him asking, can he get water? Like, dude, go get some water. Like, I wouldn't even ask you for that. That's stupid. After that, we get a backstage video package with Dana Brooke talking to Kamani Jones and Jordan, and she was just making sense after sense. She's like, dude, this is only my third match, like, ever. Like, chill out. You're like, well, I'm going to show you how to have that killer instinct against Blair Davenport next week. And I'm like, are you sure? Because, like, you've been a face and not a really good wrestler for a while. Like, are you sure that's what you're looking to go for? You have a main eventer like, Blair Davenport you want to face? I was like, okay, cool, go for it. And so after that, we get Ivy Nile versus after with Kiana James. I haven't seen Kiana James in a while. Last time I checked, I think they still have the storyline with her and Gigi Dolan. Gigi Dolan exposing Kiana for being like, this party girl before she became a business mogul. But they do have a match. Ivy Nile does lose this match to Kiana, giving. While the match was going on, we get Schism pretty much circling the entire ring and just patting on the ring or whatnot. That was pretty crazy. Kiana gets the win. She does leave, and they grab Ivy Nile, and they're trying to figure out where the Creed brothers are. But out comes the family with their crowbars to fend off all of Schism. It's just not the. I'm like, okay, so the storyline is that the Creed brothers are supposed to be gone. All right, they lost. We're not getting that. We're getting the Creed brothers on stealing time from other people that they should be putting spotlight on. I mean, where's Blade and Idris? Like, where are those people? Like, there's time that you could be putting into this situation without Schism being there. That just doesn't make any sense to me. That you are consistently rewriting stuff and it's not getting to the point where it's like it's not making sense. The math isn't mathing with a lot of this, and I hate that they are doing this type of situation. But it is what it is. I digress. After that, we get the last match. Or no, we get a video package of the Los Lofarios, and they're just. It looks like they are breaking up. It looks like that tag team is probably done, gone for the count. Another jobber group gone. After that, we get Metaphor, and they are just saying that that they need to get that Heritage Cup back. Unfortunately, we know you won, but we just need the cup back. And it's like a support animal for Noam Dar. So in comes Nathan Frazier. He's like, dude, am I seeing double? And Nathan Frazier's like, dude, this is like that Spider-Man movie. So he's like, dude, I will give you a title shot for the Heritage Cup at Heatwave if you acknowledge that Heritage Cup is the fake Heritage Cup. And he just still could not do it, but he did it to a certain extent. So they will have a match at Heatwave for the true Heritage Cup champion. After that, we get a brutal, and I mean a brutal worst segment of the night, you guys, with Tiffany Stratton. She's talking about her shopping spree. She's talking about, her matching pink and all of this. And the most important question that the young lady asked Tiffany Stratton was, who is your opponent? Who is your next opponent? Not even for Heatwave, but just who is your next opponent? And she was like, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't have an opponent. And she just walks away. I'm so done with Tiffany Stratton. It makes no sense. I'm so done with Tiffany Stratton. Like, so you have a champion who is a complete airhead. And she's great on the mic. Don't get me wrong. I mean, no, she's great in the ring. Don't get me wrong. She's not good on the mic. She's great in the ring. She's a great in-ring performer. But the character is bad, number one. Her mic skills are even worse. And we don't have a direction for Tiffany Stratton. Worst segment of the night. Even worse than the Schism situation. I'm like, OMG. It's like, it's just the worst. It is the worst. It is the worst. And after that, it just, I was like, oh God. How much time do I have left for this to be over, for NXT to be over with? That's how big a downer this situation was to me. So we get from that to Trick walking outside. And they get another interview with him, and they was like, "Are you sure you're okay with poking the Mad Dragon?" And he's like, "Dude, I do not mind. I need to do this not only for myself, but to prove to everybody else that I am not a side man." Out comes a car pulls up. It is Wesley. Wesley's like, "Dude, after I get done with Dijak, I want to face Carmelo. Let your boy know." They like, "Dude, you let him know. You let him know." A little angry man. It was so funny. That dude is a beast on the mic, man. He is a true world champion. I'm not talking about NXT. I'm talking about like WWE. He is a next champion. I'm so serious. A future champion. Out comes Charlie Dempsey and Drew Gulak and Damian Kim, and they were just coming and saying, "Dude, you are so crazy over trying to fight this crazy Ilya Dragunov." He's like, "Dude, before I fight him, I'm gonna challenge one of them. I guarantee he's gonna. I don't know who he's gonna challenge." Drew Gulak was talking the most, so it looks like it may be Drew Gulak versus Trick Williams for next week. After that, we get Dragon Lee. We get the main event. The main event: Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. With Rey Mysterio by his side versus Dominic Mysterio, and of course Rhea Ripley on his side for the North American Championship. Very fun match. I will say that. Very fun match. It was the second best match of the night. If you want to go check it out, go check it out. I will implore you to go watch those two matches. You ain't gonna watch anything else on the show. Just watch those two things. You'll be fine. Crazy suicide dive by Dragon Lee onto the commentator's desk. I mean, it was crazy with this nice suicide dive. Rhea Ripley throws the North American title into the ring, distracting the ref, giving the opportunity for Rhea Ripley to hit Dragon Lee with her title, and giving Dominic Mysterio the win with the Michinoku driver. After the match, we get Lila Valkyria coming out to help and defend Rey Mysterio away from Rhea Ripley. Like, we still have some beef between those two as well. So we will see what happens with that situation. Like I said, it was a okay match. I say okay, but it was a fun show. I really did. Even the situation with Schism kind of brought everything out. But that Tiffany Stratton thing was just bad. It was just really, 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 really bad, you guys. But on from that to AEW Dynamite, not a lot to really go home to. I will say this, that they are trying to get the card right for All In, so I completely understand with that situation. But once again, it's still a hit and miss with AEW Dynamite, and I'll talk about those on the pros and cons of shows. First, we get the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society mandatory meeting. Out comes Chris Jericho. Everybody gets their stuff in, and they pretty much just walk away. Daniel Garcia says, "Stop, you need to listen." He held Chris over a lot of people, including his heroes he put to the side for him. Then he leaves. After that, Jake Hager says, "We have been through it all. He's been knowing Chris longer than all of the people in the ring." He said that we made a lot of money together, and he said he liked that hat. My apologies. He said he liked it. He liked that hat, and then he walked away. After that, Ty Mello says that she feels sick about the situation with him, and it's not because of the baby. And he's saying that she's going to come back. She's going to have the baby and come back next year and become a world champion. But until then, she does quit the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. Anna Jay says, "Tonight, I'm going to be selfish. I'm going to focus on myself. I may be the champion after the night's out, but you have been selfish this entire go-around. I am done with you guys." Or with Chris Jericho. After that, we get Cool Hand Ange. He said that he had blood, sweat, and tears he's went through, especially with the blood and guts match that they had. "I've been through it all with you, and this is what you give us. You give us nothing in return, and then he walks away. After that, we get Daddy Magic. Daddy Magic is the more tearful one out of this. He said, 15 when he was 15, he got his first job, and the very first thing he got with his paycheck was a Chris Jericho shirt. He said when he was unemployed and his wife was 8 months pregnant, he came and Chris Jericho extended his hand to Daddy Magic and offered him a deal with AEW. He's saying, dude, I see what Kevin Steen and Eddie Kingston are talking about now, and he walks away as well. You know they were gonna bring up Kevin Steen and the book situation with the WWE. After that, we get Sammy Guevara. He's like, dude, I'm the most loyal out of all of them. I've been with you since we were, the other group or whatnot. We were close, and he's like, dude, hopefully, you come to your senses, and hopefully, maybe I can come back. And he does walk away as well. After that, we get Chris Jericho walking, very sad, very somberly, and then Don Callis just apologizes to him and says, well, I think I've made my decision. Next week, we will announce it to the audience. After that, we get the FTR Collision challenging the Young Bucks video package. And then we get the Young Bucks versus the Hardys. Not a lot to really go home to by this match. You can actually see the age of Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy in this match. No disrespect to those two. They are legends in their own right. But once again, it just seems you can actually see the wear and tear of these two. They do put the VTE trigger on to, I think it was Jeff. No, it was Matt, for them to win the match. They do get on the mic and they do call out FTR. FTR comes out and they do say they're all in for this title match. And that was the end of that segment. Can't wait to see this match. After that, they do give a tournament for the all-in fatal four-way for the women's world title. And get this. This is the one that really kind of pissed me off a lot times 12. There are a lot of deserving women. Once again, this is the same situation when it came to the end of the Intercontinental title over there in WWE. I'm going to say it again. These people have already lost. We have so many other women that should be in this tournament for the all-in fatal four-way. But yet we still get the exact same people. There are people like Lady Frost who is really, really good. Like, I mean, come on. Willow Nightingale is not in this match. Like, it's just really weird. Like, that kills me with this. I mean, like, come on. But anyway, we get where it's Sheeta versus Anna Jay, which is the first match of the tournament. Then we get, who is this? Sky Blue and Saraya will face each other on Rampage. After that, we get the Bunny versus Brett Baker next week on Dynamite. And Toni Storm, she gets the bye apparently because she used to be the champion. Where did the Bunny come from? I didn't know that the Bunny was still wrestling. I thought she was just a manager for Tritt Sabian, but apparently she's still wrestling. And she's going to job out to Brett Baker. Like, once again, this is not making any sense. These people are either jobbers in this tournament or they are people that have lost and no longer need to be on the top of the main event anymore. I mean, the only way that you're going to make your women's division good is trying to get everybody into this mix. And if you've already done what you had to do, then common sense will tell you that you need to get some more people into there. Sky Blue, they did a great job with Sky Blue. I do like that she is now in in the talks or whatnot all the time, but there are other people in the division that need to be looked at. I mean, I'm just being completely honest. But, it is what it is. Go on from that. We get a video package with MJF and Adam Cole. They are at a... so there's like, what do you want to do this week? So MJ was like, dude, let's go skinny dipping with some dames. Let's do that. Let's do this. It's like, no, let's go to the trampoline park. So they go to the trampoline park, and he's like, do you see how high I'm going? And he's just Adam Cole just bouncing really really high. Like, dude, they have like dodgeball too if you want to do some dodgeball. So we get a Billy Madison skit where he attacks all the children with balls or whatnot, just destroying these children. They're all out, knocked out cold, until this other young lady comes out and says, how old are y'all? Like really, y'all are grown men playing in a trampoline place. Y'all are nerds. And Adam Cole's like, you shouldn't say that to grown ups. So he gets upset. He tells Max, he's like, dude, get that one little girl right there. So he attacks her with the ball as well. My apologies. After that, we get a video package of course, the best friends being destroyed like 2 weeks in a row, or two shows in a row by the BCC. The BCC is just saying that that they are very happy with what they did with, of course, the best friends. It's like a eagle catching flies. Like, you are not in the same realm as us. And he talks about Bastard Pac and how they put him back on the injury list. Claudio injuring him, and he's no longer with the Death Triangle. They're just saying that they will destroy the Death Triangle, just because they just don't like Bastard Pac. So after that, we get the Jungle Boy versus Rob Van Dam match. Not a lot to really go to by this match. Rob Van Dam did a great, tried to do great with his match. We get a spinning heel kick off the edge of the ring onto Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy sets up a table. We get Van Dam brings in like 3 or 4 chairs. Darby Allin accidentally hits the ref with one of the chairs, knocking him completely out. Ref bump. We get Aubrey. Aubrey comes in eventually. Jack runs himself into the table. They're on the top rope, and Rob Van Dam is just hitting him, and he just jumps into the table. That spot didn't make any sense to me. Eventually, we get a low blow, throwing Rob Van Dam into the turnbuckle for Jack Perry to pin and retain the title. That's the end. I mean, once again, not a lot to really go home to by that match. It is what it is. We get the Lucha Brothers backstage interview. They're just saying that the Death Triangle is more than just a faction. It is a brotherhood. And when you knock out one, you knock out all. And they're just calling the Blackpool Combat Club now the Blackpool Cowards. So we will get that match later on tonight. After that, we get Adam Cole and MJF in a in-ring promo. And they're just saying that he was saying that the Midwest, if you heard that I said the Midwest is very that was very heavily edited, and if God strike me down right now, I think that was a lie. So they kind of, and they didn't. So they're like, yay, yes, we didn't get struck down. So Adam Cole was like, we will face one another at All In, and I will get the title. And MJ was like, no, so are we having a promo off? So he's like, dude, Adam Cole, you are so white. No, he said, you're so skinny and white. If you were the 80s, Hogan would have snorted you right now. I was like, oh, God. So we have a cocaine. So I was like, oh, my God. It was cocaine bit by MJF, you guys. After that, he's like, dude, we're going to make history at, of course, All In. And he's saying, dude, we are a tag team. I still want some tag team gold. Unfortunately, we did lose to FTR, but there is another set of tag titles out there. And he wants to now face the Aussie Open for their Ring of Honor titles. He said that he has gotten pretty much every single title. Well, I don't think he was there when the Pure title was there, but he says that he has gotten every title except the tag team titles. So he said that he wants to face Ozzy Open in the 0 Hour for those titles. MJ's like, dude, I don't try to wrestle more than once on a, let alone, twice on a show. But I do. You are my brochacho for life, and I would love to do that. So they did challenge Ozzy Open for the tag titles at the opening show for the prelims. For All In. Out comes Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong comes out. He was like, dude, I thought we were going to do that. I thought we were going to challenge for those titles, but apparently we're not. So MJF comes in and he lays waste to Roderick Strong. He's like, dude, he said, you talk like a jealous ex-girlfriend. Like, what I need you to do is I need you to go in the house. I need you to go upstairs. I need you to cry into your Hello Kitty pillow. And I need you to put on your headphones, listen to some Taylor Swift, and shake it off, bitch. I was like, oh my God. Roderick Strong says, dude, you're gonna just let him talk to me like that? Like, really? And then he said, dude, the kingdom is right. The kingdom is completely right. So he goes to the kingdom. He gives them love, and then they walk away. Adam Cole pushes the shit out of MJF. MJF goes into a trance. He goes into a complete trance. He's like, dude, that's my friend too. Like, what are you doing? He's like, so he kind of shakes it off. He shakes off the trance. And they hug it out, and that was the end of that. Very interesting with that situation. I would love to see more. But once again, it just seems like a John Cena and Shawn Michaels type of situation with this. Can't wait to see more of this. After that, we get a Collision recap. Well, hey, you can go check my Collision recap out on the Tag In. Go check me out over there. So, and after that, we get the BCC versus the Lucha Brothers. Not a lot to go on by this match. Once again, they are defending their friend, which is in injury reserve as of right now. But we get Wheeler Yuta. Yeah, Wheeler Yuta. We get him, and he attacks, I think it was Serpentico with the title. But that wasn't even the end of the match. I thought it was the end of the match, but this is AEW. Those matches are truly, truly long. So we get a situation where I truly think it was Claudio grabbing the mask of Serpentico and them winning the match due to that. After that, we get a situation where the BCC all attack the Lucha Brothers, and that was pretty much the end of that. We are waiting on Bastard Pac to come back so we can have a actual trios match with those two particular factions. After that, we get Kenny Omega backstage interview, just saying that I will sit down with Jim Ross. We'll talk about Don Callis. We'll talk about what I will be doing in Wembley Stadium as well. After that, we get the Mogul Embassy. They come out and they're just saying that, dude, we went to over there to Nick Wayne to destroy Nick Wayne and having a great time over there. But long story short, let's bring Darby Allin out. So Darby Allin comes out and is like, dude, you had a lot of situations going on right now. I left and I came to AEW. I became big. It looks like the issue between AR Fox and Darby Allin is that Darby Allin stuck his neck out for Nick Wayne, and he did not stick his neck out for AR Fox. But the situation is that he tried to consistently call. You never picked up, because if you did, I would have gotten you on at AEW as well. But everybody in the ring is like, no, that's not true. Dude, he's lying to you. But he does say, yeah, you got all those people in the ring. I have friends too. And then everything goes black. Everything comes back. Mostly everybody's on the ground because Sting has attacked everybody. And Darby Allin tries to attack AR Fox, but that didn't happen. But The only person left in the ring is Sting and Swerve. Swerve is on his knees. He picks him up with the bat and he points at All In. We do have a match with AR Fox and Swerve versus Darby Allin and Sting. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be a very fun match. After that, we get the Shida versus Anna Jay. Shida just won that title last week. Why are we consistently... I know they're trying to cater to the women's division, but this is not how you cater to the women's division, being that Shida just won the title and you knew she was going to win again. Like, I don't understand why they didn't push this match at the beginning of... they should have just said the tournament and then, have Anna Jay lose to Shida. A lot of situations that I just didn't like with this. You had Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange out there distracting Shida, not putting their hands on Shida, but they are being the Rhea Ripley of there. We get a situation where Shida grabs a chair. I'm thinking like, is that disqualification? But it was just her to do a springboard off the chair on to Anna Jay. But in comes, once again, Cool Hand Ange and Daddy Magic stopping that situation, giving the opportunity for Anna Jay to face plant Shida into the steel steps. But I don't know if this was supposed to happen. I don't know. But she does get put in at the very end. She gets put in a in the katana, which is that nice little kick to the face. And I was thinking that they were supposed to be closer to the ring for Cool Hand Ange to grab her hand and have her touch the ropes, but they were not close enough. So it was 1, 2, 3. Shida retains, and she goes on to the Fatal 4-Way as the champion for All In. Wasn't a lot to really go home to by. I really wasn't a big fan of this match, and it should not have main evented AEW. It just should not have main evented. No disrespect, but it just should not have. But all together we get a couple more matches. We get the Darby Allin and Sting versus Swerve and AR Fox. We do get a confirmation of the Young Bucks and FTR. We get that match. Also, we get a tag match for the Ring of Honor Tag Champions. We have not heard from Aussie Open yet, but I guarantee it's going to happen. So we got those matches all set up for the up-and-coming All In. I want to see what happens with the situation now with the Don Callis family and the now defunct Chris Jericho Appreciation Society, what type of match this is going to be. Very interesting because there's only 2 people in the Don Callis family that I've heard of, which is just Chris Jericho and Konosuke Takeshita, unless you add, Don Callis in there, but he's just a manager. So I want to see what happens more with this situation and see how big this family is going to be and how many people are going to be in this match with the Don Callis and formerly debunked or defunct Chris Jericho Appreciation Society. So, and once again, it's going to be very interesting to see the situation between MJF and Adam Cole. We are seeing little cracks in the armor, so we will see what happens with that. So, very interesting show. I enjoyed some of the stuff, a lot of the stuff or whatnot, and just some things that we will talk about now. We'll talk about now, which is the pros and cons of the shows. We're going to talk about NXT because NXT was very first. The pros: Noam Dar versus Tyler Bate. I love Heritage Cup matches. They are one of the funnest matches in NXT. I love the design and everything about it. So that was my highlight of the night, match of the night as well. After that, Trick Williams challenging Ilya Dragunov at Heatwave. Everything Trick Williams does turns to gold. I can't wait to see him and Ilya Dragunov face each other at Heatwave. Very fun. Awesome. I love Trick's capoeira type of fighting style as well. Can't wait to see that. After that, the second match of the night, which was Dominic Mysterio and Dragon Lee. Very fun match. opening it up now for Lila Valkyria to probably get another run at that world title against Rhea Ripley, or probably her going against Tiffany Stratton. So we'll see what happens. The cons, of course, everything that Dana Brooke is doing, this is just not her cup of tea. I'm not a fan of Dana Brooke. Unfortunately, even that run when she was the 24/7 champion was a joke. So this is just, I mean, I don't know what we can do with Dana Brooke, but this is not it. This unfortunately is not it. Um, um, the other cons, the situation with Schism and the Creed brothers. Once again, I am so lost with the Creed brothers. Just being still being talked about on NXT. They should not be talked about on NXT. They should be now trying to navigate to the main roster. I mean, it's just, I mean, you don't have anything for Schism to do? Like, I mean, come on. Y'all should know what y'all should be doing other than keeping them on NXT, hindering them from being on the main roster. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And last but not least, the worst segment of the night, which was Tiffany Stratton just being a airhead and not knowing her opponent or not even challenging anybody as an opponent. She is one of the greatest wrestlers, female wrestlers on the card. Why is she not taking initiative to try to challenge somebody, even if it's somebody trash? Just challenge somebody. Where's Cora Jade? Bring Cora Jade back. Somebody needs to challenge Tiffany Stratton for that title. But yeah, just a bad situation. On from that to AEW pros and cons. AEW pros and cons. Let's get into it. I got the pros, which is the MJF video package with MJF destroying. No, that was Happy Gilmore. I said Billy Madison. He was doing the Happy Gilmore situation where he was destroying everybody with dodgeballs. After that, the foreseeable destruction of Adam Cole and MJF. We see that just right before our eyes. We see what's going on. Really, really fun segment. Once again, it truly reminds me of Shawn Michaels and John Cena when they were world champions, the tag champions. After that, one of my favorite things I saw today was the return of Sting. Oh, Sting is so awesome. Sting is so awesome. I can't wait to see what happens at this All In. This is his retirement run. I can't wait to see what more he can do, he can offer. With the cons, I've already talked about it. This women's tournament for the Fatal 4-Way for Wimbledon. I mean, it's just women in there that are just going to job out to other people. We should be bringing more people into the mix with the women's division being so bad, which leads me to the second thing. The lack of women on the show yet again. I mean, once again, this is still getting to a point where it's just not, the math isn't mathing. Do you want a women's division or do you not want a women's division? I mean, that's pretty much the question it is now with AEW. They have great women on the card. Let's get them in some TV time. Even if it's on Collision, have them wrestle, have them do a great job. I mean, there are a ton of people that I would love to see more of. Once again, there's one female I would love to see more of. Well, two or whatnot. Willow Nightingale and Lady Frost. Those two have been doing great work. Let's see those two doing some more in-screen work. Let's get it done. And the last, I mean, there's all women this go around. I hate the crap on the women, but goodness gracious, the match between Ashita and Anna Jay just wasn't there. I mean, that should not have. Now, I'm not saying it shouldn't have been on the card. It just shouldn't have been the main event of the show. I mean, it wasn't the best. I mean, it kind of ended the show with a fart, like a wet fart, and I just didn't like that. No disrespect to both competitors. They did what they could with the time that they had, but you know, two grown men shouldn't be defending Anna Jay. for trying to have her win this title. It just shouldn't have happened. So those are my pros and cons. Maybe you have some pros and cons of your own that you want to check out. Put them in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the women's division over there in AEW. And also the pros and cons over there in NXT. Let me know. Let me know. Also, what do you think about AEW Dynamite? Do you like the card that's being formed in All In as of right now? I'm truly loving every single match right now. Also, what do you think about NXT? Heatwave is in 2 weeks, you guys. I will be doing that as well. I think that's a live event or whatnot, so don't worry about that. I'll be doing that as well. I can't wait. I did Heatwave last year, so I'll be doing Heatwave this year. I can't wait to. I love their live events. Their live events are pretty good or whatnot. And also, what do you think about the Jay situation that he was never going to be champion at SummerSlam? We all knew that, but what do you think? And what do you think about the situation that's going to happen on Friday for the Hell of the Chief segment on SmackDown? Can't wait to see what happens with that. Remember, you have until today to get your questions in for Ask WrestleCram. That is on the community tab. Go check it out. Also, don't forget, I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm on X or Twitter. I'm on those, all those sites. I do have videos all over. So, have fun. Enjoy yourself, you guys. I love y'all so much. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe as well. The best is truly yet to come. The best is truly yet to come. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, wrestling.